You're welcome to this week's weekly Pan-African News Roundup on the Kente Business Journal. Here we serve you with all the major news headlines across Africa and the African diaspora. My name is Rahel Akoseri-Dua Opoku. In today's news headlines, U.S. former President Donald Trump has been indicted on 34 felony charges. And the World Trade Organization has predicted a slowdown in world trade growth in 2023. And in Rwanda, Paul Kagame has been re-elected as head of the ruling party. Now the news in details. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has been formally charged in a criminal case related to harsh payments from 2016. His arraignment marks a first in U.S. history, as no other former president has ever been indicted. Although Trump was impeached twice as president, he had not faced criminal charges. He was indicted for his alleged role in a scandal stemming from harsh money payments made to the pornographic film actress Stormy Daniels prior to the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Trump faces 34 felony charges of falsifying business records. After his arraignment on 3rd April, his next in-person hearing is set for December 4 in New York. Months before he was indicted, Trump declared that he would run in the 2024 presidential election. However, neither the indictment nor any resultant conviction could disqualify his candidacy. Angola's Finance Minister Vera de Souza has announced the creation of a specialized fund to manage approximately $15 billion in stolen assets recovered by the state in anti-corruption investigations. Since 2017, when João Lourenço became president, the government has stepped up its effort to recover assets allegedly stolen during the four-decade presidency of his predecessor, José Eduardo dos Santos. The National Asset Recovery Service reported that the government had already recovered over $5.2 billion in embezzled money, part in cash and part in assets, with more than $10 billion added in February 2022 following final court rulings in 715 corruption cases. The assets are to be combined in a fund which could target real estate and other investment opportunities, according to reports. Despite having retrieved approximately $15 billion in stolen assets, the National Asset Recovery Service believes that there could be well over $100 billion in unrecovered assets that could top up the investment fund if repatriated. And in Nigeria's government has been granted an $800 million relief package by the World Bank to help mitigate the financial impact of the removal of fuel subsidies. This information was relayed by Nigeria's Finance Minister Zainab Ahmed. In 2023, Nigeria put aside $7.3 billion for petrol subsidies. Until mid-2023, Nigeria has received $800 million from the World Bank to expand its national social program ahead of eliminating its pricey but popular petrol subsidies in June. According to Finance Minister Ahmed Zainab, the $800 million is the first tranche of palliatives ready to be delivered in cash to 10 million families. This year, Africa's largest economy put aside 3.3 trillion naira for petrol subsidies until mid-2023, after which it has made no provision for the expenditure, which is greater than its spending on healthcare and education. Rwandan President Paul Kagame has been overwhelmingly re-elected chairman of the ruling party Rwandese Patriotic Front at the party's 16th Congress, which convened on Sunday. The Rwandan leader got 2,999 votes, accounting for 99.8% of the total vote, while its closest contender, Abdul Karim Harelimana, got 3 votes, accounting for 0.2%. Kagame, Rwanda's president for 22 years, will now serve another 5 years as head of the Rwandan Patriotic Front, the political party he has led since 1998. The Kenyan government, in collaboration with the World Bank, is building a dam to service about 1 million Kenyans. The estimated cost of the project is 20 billion Kenyan shillings, and the project is set to be completed in 2026. According to the Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation, when completed, the multi-purpose dam project would reduce water demand in the coast area by 54.7%. The dam would offer drinking water to over 1 million people in different countries and assist agricultural activities in the surrounding areas. The initiative, according to the president, is an essential component of Kenya's Vision 2030 and the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto, which emphasizes the importance of water security and sanitation in the country's development plan. World trade growth is expected to slow this year, dampened by the war in Ukraine, inflation, tighter monetary policies, and financial uncertainty, according to World Trade Organization projections released on Wednesday. The outlook for the global economy has improved slightly since the World Trade Organization's most recent trade forecast was released in October, but the pace of trade expansion in 2023 is expected to be weak. WTO economists now forecast merchandise trade volume growth of 1.7% in 2023, up from the 1.0% estimate made in October after rising 2.7% in 2023. According to the WTO, a key factor in this improvement is the relaxation of controls related to the COVID-19 pandemic in China, which should release the accumulated consumer demand in the country and thus stimulate international trade. World Trade Organization chief economist Ralph Osa stated that while recent bank failures in the United States and Europe appear to have been largely contained, rapidly rising interest rates could create further strain on financial markets and affect international trade. Trade and output growth rates are thus expected to be slower than their respective averages of 2.6% and 2.7% recorded during the 12-year period following the collapse of trade caused by the global financial crisis. And in sports, Senegal has hosted the first NBA Academy Showcase organized on the continent, a meeting in which 71 young people from different academies of the North American Basketball League around the world participate. These young people come from 26 countries. For 4 days, they will compete on the floor of the NBA Academy Africa, located in Senegal. NBA Academy Africa is an elite basketball training center in Senegal for the top male and female prospects from throughout Africa and the first of its kind on the continent. The academy is a partnership between the NBA and the Sports for Education and Economic Development Project, a non-profit organization based in Senegal that uses basketball as a platform to engage youth in academic, athletic, and leadership programs. This is the first NBA Academy Showcase held on the African continent.
And that's it for this week's weekly Pan-African News Roundup on the Kente Business Journal. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell to stay updated always. You can also follow us on our social media platforms. Catch you next weekend.
Thank you very much for watching this video. Please do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel Kente Business Journal TV and press the notification bell to stay updated always.